Yo, I think we're live. We are live.
Yo,
What's up, everybody?
there we are.
How goes
We are
it?
live.
Got audio? It shouldn't be
don't know.
echoing like last
Let's
week.
see. I mean, there's nobody there to tell
It's
us.
not. You know, it was weird when I was listening back to last week's. Well, now we're gonna
No
echo because
echo.
you're playing it in the fucking
Yeah, but no
microphone.
echo. I'm listening to
Yeah.
us.
Well, no, it was last week. The echo was like way behind.
Right.
Because at the beginning it wasn't happening, and then it started building or something. Whatever that echo was building. So
Okay.
I was like, I was leaving it in.
Oh, really?
We told people in the beginning you could fast forward past it. We were
Right.
having a conversation. You just
yeah.
It-
Did it ever correct itself? Did we?
remember because
Oh,
your
when you did
daughter
that. Yeah, right, okay.
did the thing. So
All right. Welcome to the show, guys.
welcome to the show. I got to get the
Welcome, listeners. If you're just a listener, if you just download us and listen to us as a podcast, we do go live on Facebook. When we record this, we go live most of the time. I think we've only done one non-live episode since we've probably since the new year. So
Yeah.
if you are around a computer, the time and day is usually Tuesday or Wednesday, usually after 5 o'clock. I mean, sometimes it could be earlier. We'll post a link. Come and hang out, talk to us, interact with us. We like that shit.
love that shit.
But welcome to the show. Thanks for downloading and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, the echo thing I figured out was I didn't have the mute on the computer that I was watching the chat from, so it was looping through.
Got it.
That's why it was so far behind, because like we're time different. There's
okay.
there's like lag time and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Michael, what's been up with you, bud? Any good gigs this week? Did you have?
What did I have this? Actually, to be honest with you, this is the first I signed out for the Facebook Live for a minute.
Okay.
This is the first weekend, solid weekend I had off in a long time. Like I had Friday and Saturday off.
Yeah.
And with this day job last week was really busy.
Mm-hmm.
So like not having work, it did not make me stressed out.
Isn't it nice though? Occasionally
Yeah.
have like some nights off
Yeah,
to
it was
yourself.
just nice. It was nice to know that I didn't have nowhere to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just nice. It was just a nice change of pace to not think I have to go somewhere. Let me get, dressed. I didn't have nothing to do. So Saturday night, I did go out with James to Paisano's new restaurant Paisano's opened a new restaurant
Where?
in Jersey City called Luna.
Oh, nice.
So Saturday night they had a friends and family night.
Okay.
So it was the grand opening I think was the Monday, but Saturday night they had friends and family. So packed the place, free. It was free. The menu was open.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was a waiter, they always had that. Like when I would wait at a new restaurant,
Yeah.
they'd be like, invite your friends and family so we can test out our whole system.
Yep.
That's nice.
It was really good. The food's really good. Nice, cool place in Jersey City. So it was nice.
I gotta go
man.
there. I gotta take the wife there.
Yeah, man, you like it, man. I had now for an appetizer, I had a crab cake, and it was a nice sized crab
Love
cake,
crab
and it was
cake.
in like a pesto, like a pink chipotle aioli type of. It was fucking phenomenal.
Oh, we go with the aioli.
Yeah.
What was it? Do we ever figure out what aioli was? What
It's
did
like
your
a
aioli
mayonnaise.
look like?
It
It's
was
like a mayonnaise.
It was pink. This one was pink.
Oh, pink.
It was like a chipotle one. Like it's like a
Like a spicy
not
mayonnaise.
really, like just a little. It was just no kick to it. Just a really good flavor, man. And then for dinner, I got lobster ravioli, which I'm an adult man. I never order raviolis at a restaurant.
I love raviolis.
But it just the way it was described was lobster ravioli in a squid ink ravioli, right? With shrimps and spinach.
I think the plural for shrimp is shrimp.
I know.
All right.
I said it like that on purpose.
Oh, okay.
With shrimps, with shrimps and spinach and in this like vodka sauce. Fuck me, but there was only 5 of them.
Yeah.
So I had this one crab cake and the 5 raviolis. No, the raviolis.
Did you like the lobster ravioli?
Oh my god!
But I never get lobster raviolis because I feel like I don't taste lobster in half of them. Like, I like a cheese ravioli.
I don't
like
know if I did either.
Or like a mushroom ravioli I get at this place we go to sometimes.
Right.
That's a good one. But I feel like Like, it's like, oh, we threw a lobster in there, so it's $95, and I don't. All I taste is
I don't think there's
the
I
noodle.
think they just showed a lobster, the raviolis. I don't even know if there was any lobster in it.
yeah. So I never believe them.
No, I just think they.
That's
bought
like
it.
when you get lobster mac and cheese. You're like, oh, this is mac and cheese with like 2 pieces of
Yeah, I
lobster.
don't know if there was any lobster in it. To be
Except
honest with you.
that shit we had when we had the lobster mac and cheese in Missouri that time.
Yes.
That shit was hunks of lobster. In Missouri, so where they got those lobsters, but not a lot of oceans around there.
Nah.
I'm just saying. But they put a lot of whatever meat that was,
well,
and it
exactly.
tasted like lobster. I
Right.
felt like I was having lobster
Yeah, yeah.
with a side of mac and cheese, not mac
Right,
and
yeah,
cheese
yeah.
with like, did
Oh, it
you
was-
put lobster dust on here? 'Cause-
Well, this was so good. However, after done eating, I'm sitting there and I'm fucking starving.
yeah.
And I didn't realize it was for free, so I'm spending. This is my. I'm ordering because I'm spending.
Right.
I mean, the crab cake is $12. The lobster ravioli is $21. You know what I mean? So you're looking at $30-something and an iced tea, a couple iced teas. I'm at $45 for the night.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and I'm starving like fuck. So James is like, just leave a $10 tip. I'm like, oh, there's no bill. I didn't know that. So the girl had asked me, I'm like, they were really good. I can go for another set. She's like, you want me to bring you another order? And I'm like, no, I'm only joking. Because I thought I had to
Yeah.
pay another $21.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, so you had no idea.
No, I was coming out to dinner. I didn't know it was a free.
Friends and- oh.
That's why James said he couldn't make a lot of reservations for a lot of people.
Right, right.
He's like, you want to be my date on Saturday? Like, I didn't know.
So
that-
it was you and James, and Net wasn't there?
no, it was just me and James.
Nice.
A couple of dudes eating ravioli.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Ain't nothing wrong with
And then we walk out after being there a couple of hours. We looked around the place. Really nice place, man. They really did nice work. And then right down the next corner was a hummus and falafel joint.
Stop there for a little.
I had to get some hummus.
What do they call those trips where you go eat twice in a row?
Fat People's Day?
Nah, there's some term for it.
I don't know.
There's like a term where like you go out, you go have dinner, and then you go hit another spot for another dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a term for that. Like people do it. It's
Oh,
like
I'll do it.
it was on the Louis show. A bang bang.
Oh, okay.
You go for a bang bang. You just
Yeah,
boom
yeah.
boom. Two
Yeah, I
full
did that.
dinners.
That's why
I'm due for a bang. I've never done it. Not that I mean, never calling it that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Well, this was a.
we
I
should
guess
do that one night. Just be like,
Yeah,
we're gonna bang
absolutely.
bang. We
Let's
go
go.
burgers here, then
Something like
Go there.
like another meal that's not as heavy or greasy.
yeah, you can't start pasta.
Yeah, no.
But you can do Chinese food because
Yes.
that leaves you quick, and then pasta.
Absolutely. Finish the night. Or or start the night with a little Chinese food and then end with a steak.
Ending with steak. Yeah, Chinese food.
Drive to the steak joint gives you about an hour of
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Maybe grab a coffee on the ride.
We'll do a good money night. We'll
Okay.
spend money. We'll go to that Chinese joint that we always go to in the city, and then
Yeah,
we'll go
yeah.
to Peter Luger's.
All right.
Get some great steak.
Yeah, or the Homestead.
Oh, the Homestead. I never heard of the
The
Homestead.
Homestead Steakhouse, which was about 8 blocks further south from the Chinese. It's on the same block as the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, Peter Luger's a little further. You get a little digestion going. Your suicide bang bang if we're gonna go 2 blocks.
That's about 12 blocks. 9
Oh,
blocks.
12. All right, we'll
It's
walk
on the
it.
same
We'll walk it.
Wow.
No.
What are we doing when we come back? I get to walk there, get to work the Chinese stuff off. And what are we doing when we get the steaks in us? Think I'm walking back to my car?
Yeah, you're gonna work off the steak.
Nah.
Uber.
Cabbing it up.
Oh yeah, cab, whatever.
But then I went and had a hummus platter and some side of rice, and that was full. I was like, all right, nice. I wasn't
Yeah.
full,
Yeah.
but it was hummus, 6 pieces of pita chips, and a thing of rice. It
Yeah.
wasn't full,
Nah.
but it was nice. It was like I wasn't bloated, but I had some good meals. It was good.
That sounds good, man.
Yeah, it was a good Saturday.
It's nice. Yeah, having days off is not bad anymore. Like I used to look at my calendar and be like, like even if I had like a weekend off, it's like,
Right.
man, now I'm like, I look at that as like, I can't wait to be normal for a weekend.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I mean, if I had a broad, it would be probably nicer.
Right.
You know, I mean, James was my broad, but if I had like a broad to go out with, that would have been nice.
That's the good thing about being like comedians. It's like, even when you don't have work, even if you don't have a girl to hang with, you could always go to the club and hang
Anywhere.
Like you always got
Yeah, yeah.
built-in play. Like there's
Yeah.
like no other jobs like that. You know, like you can't.
You're not going to.
Like even if there's a
Target.
night shift at your
Yeah.
job, you're not gonna go hang out with your boys. Now, I'm gonna go on the loading dock, talk to Jimmy while he throws bags. Jimmy would be like, hey, you want to work? Because I want to get the fuck out of here.
How come you're here more than when you work?
Yeah. I got no girl. There's got to be something better
Yeah.
than this.
Yeah, that's funny.
But,
Yeah, it was a good weekend. It was good, relaxing.
yeah. I had a fundraiser for it was like the Hoboken branch of like New Jersey Education Association.
Okay.
And you didn't know, like you walk in, it's a very small amount of teachers. I'd say 50.
Okay.
And they were like in a banquet, like in a conference room, like with desks and chairs, like computer desks.
Like they were still at work, basically.
Yeah, like they had a whole spread buffet downstairs in the hotel. Then
Yeah.
they went upstairs for the show, but they were giving out like cookie jars for like
For their desks.
whatever shit. They
Yeah.
had like a whole ceremony, and the guy's like, "Well, before I start the show, I'm going to talk about the governor and what he's doing with our pensions." I'm like, "That's good warm up for comedy show."
At least they didn't talk about dead people before
Yeah.
the show.
But I was judging it at first. That I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
It looked like I was like Scott Brennan joked. It looked like I was like if you saw a picture of me there, it's like I was doing a Ponzi scheme or
Yeah.
trying to recruit you for.
Like I did with the same. We did the same joke on the same type of pictures, the same night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I did a joke. It looks, and this is where I'm telling them the benefits of Amway in multi-level marketing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because Scott Snapchatted or Instagram stories He's like Joe's giving either doing comedy or a pyramid scheme.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
So then I just reposted that picture with that,
Right.
and I didn't give him credit. He goes, "Hey, you didn't give me any credit." And I woke up and I was like, I just liked it. And then I woke up in the morning. And he's like, "Oh, this post is under protest." So I go, hear ye, everybody.
Ugh.
I'm giving Scott Brennan the credit for.
I know he's only busting balls, but sometimes
I was busted and I was like, Scott has all the credit for that line. Book him to make captions for your photos. Then he goes, "Hey man, I was just kidding." I was like, "I was kidding too." Too late.
you open the door, get your balls busted.
Yeah, get your balls busted. But it's so weird. Yeah, so that show was like, it turned into like almost a comedy club. Like just all these
Yeah.
teachers.
It was good.
Yeah. And then Saturday.
Prejudging, man. It's the
prejudging. Well,
90% of the time doesn't go the way you think it's going to go. Whether it's like if you prejudge them in a positive way or a negative way.
Joe 2 years ago would prejudge and then act on that prejudgment.
Correct.
From the moment he grabs the mic.
Right.
New Joe, I was like, I don't give a shit. We're having a good time today.
Right.
Oh, I'm having one. Whether you guys do is irrelevant. We're gonna try. I'm gonna do my best.
No, I'm doing it. Hopefully you come along for the ride.
Hopefully come over. It's just so amazing how just that little change in attitude just makes.
Absolutely. I said the same. I was doing a Rocco gig. It was a Thursday night fundraiser at the Raritan Community College. In their community, I forget what room it was. It was like a big banquet room. It looked like there was over 200 people there. Pretty big group.
Yeah.
And it wasn't awesome. It wasn't. Hi, Jenna. It wasn't awesome.
Yeah.
It was just a group. It was there, and I knew that it was going to be like there, and like so we were sitting in the room. It was me. I can't think of the girl's name, and Matt Jenkins.
I like Matt.
And she was hosting, Matt was second, and I was closing it. And I was like, "Yeah, this doesn't like the energy wasn't great." I'm like, "But that's what is there. This is what this event is.
Right.
That's it. If you come here and you think that this has got to be the most amazing gig ever, you're probably going to be disappointed. Just be your best. This is what it is. Sometimes you'll be surprised, but just go in there. This is what it is. Who cares?
It is what
This
it is.
is what it is." And they turned out to be, meh. They were okay.
Yeah.
They weren't amazing. He asked me to do 45 to 50. At first it was like 40, and it was like, "Can you do a little longer?" And normally I'm like, I do 55. Usually do an hour.
Right.
Even unless I have to flip a show, then I'll do like 48 to 53. I can't get under 50, very rarely.
Yeah.
But that night I was able to wrap it up at 48.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know why. Like I normally don't, but I looked down. I was like a 47 and a half, and I was like, we're good, man. What am I doing here?
Done that many a times. You're like, I'm at 45. Good night.
And they were fine with wherever I was. I was like, okay.
Right, because especially if they're having an okay.
They were just okay.
Yeah, an okay crowd don't care if you end early.
They don't, and no one like
and
went
fundraisers
to the
too. Yeah,
I mean, a couple people popped up here and there, like maybe like 2 or 3 here and there for the time I was up there.
Yeah,
but they were attentive. They did not talk, and they weren't rude. So that's all I really care about.
Right.
Don't be rude. Pay attention, and don't talk. My job, if you can give me a comedian's job, all we're asking for is the proper playing field. Just give us the proper playing field. If you can give us a stage, a nice microphone, some lighting, if you guys can keep quiet, do not talk, do not be disruptive, and pay attention. If you can do all of that, that is the perfect environment for me to do my best. And if I don't do my best and I don't kill it, that's, that part can be on me, and maybe some is on you because you're just not that kind of crowd.
Right.
But at least we have the perfect environment. You can't have this place all disruptive and then be like, the show wasn't that good. Oh, really? The show wasn't that good? You had a helicopter in the room. You had a helicopter in the room I was in. You know what I'm saying? That's why the show wasn't.
Imagine how you're on stage like,
all the time. Yeah. So.
I was like one time I did a show where they like during my set they were serving sizzling fajitas, but it was like a fundraiser, so everyone was getting fajitas, just whether it was chicken or steak. So literally, I'm on stage for 5 minutes. You just see it was a really high stage, like one of those banquet facilities, and you just see the 2 back doors open, and you hear. Just coming up like 2 lanes of just huge trays of fajitas. I mean, it was so loud. I was like, "Can we get louder food?
Yeah.
Can you guys want to get any popcorn machines in here? Got any? What else? Yeah." Like that was one of those ones you wish you taped because you're like, nobody will believe how loud these fajitas are. Like I had to yield. I had to wait for the fajitas
That's crazy.
to cool down a little bit. Be like, sorry, a lot of comics get check spots. I never had a fajita drop.
Fajita spot.
Never got the fajita spot. I gotta let you. You guys can't hear me. Retarded. It's like you just want to be like, all right, any comedy show, no loud food, no sizzle.
Yeah.
And if no cappuccinos. Can
No
we not make cappuccinos?
Not
in
a
the
really hard thing to ask for. No
Yeah,
sizzle.
Yeah.
No, I bet you no one ever thought of putting that in their rider.
Yeah.
What are the things you need?
Well, I think
Well, I
when
don't
you
need
get
any
to
sizzle.
when you get to the stage of being a comedian that has a rider, you're not playing too many
Sizzles?
sizzling fajita joints. You know what I mean? I'm still
Probably
there.
not.
I'm still there. I still play sizzling fajita joints, and sometimes there's cash and prizes around me on tables.
I play a lot of those.
I did a fundraiser at Uncle Vinny's one time where, it's a small club and they had a ton of prizes.
So you
this
were
fundraiser,
standing in the
it
middle
was
of
so
them?
like it was. Yeah, I'm standing in the middle. Like I was behind a table with prizes. There's prizes behind me.
Right.
I think I went up. I'm like, I think I'm prize
think
number
I'm-
1054.
I'm not sure what's happening here,
You could take me home with you tonight.
but I think I'm part of this tricky tray.
But literally, there was nowhere else to put the prizes.
Right.
Like they had prizes. They had a thing on the wall, like with Velcroed prizes.
Oh, really?
Like they had
Yeah.
insane amount. I'm like, I've never.
My sister just went to a tricky tray last week and won the top prize, which was like this umbrella with gift cards all taped to the umbrella. $1,500 worth of gift cards,
Wow.
all taped to the top of the umbrella. It was like Olive Garden, like fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, stuff like $20 here, $10 there, but all adding up to $1,500.
Yeah, they went emptied out a fucking Stop and Shop kiosk. Boom, 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 boom.
But I think you can sell them. Like you could probably go sell them somewhere. You can go to like any of those check cashing places. A lot of them take.
Yeah.
And they give you like 60%.
Yeah, or re-gift them. Just keep them. Keep.
$1,500. The fuck out of here. When you can sell them and maybe make $800 back.
Yeah, I
When you want
guess.
$800 cash.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I know I would.
Yeah.
I'm not even confused.
I also like to eat, so I'd probably be.
Yeah,
for a comic going on the road, you're like, where do I want to go tonight? Just flare out your. I performed in a tricky tray and hit. So now I'm eating on the road for free all year.
I do declare.
That should be that's a good gift if you have a comedian in your life. Get them gift cards for the road.
Hey, Paul. What?
Get your comedian gift cards for the road.
That's a good gift.
Cards.
Yeah. Gift cards, gas station cards.
Oh, gas station cards would be nice.
Yeah. Especially for driving comedians.
Yeah.
Some comics.
Isn't it sad that gas is so expensive that like as a gift it's like wow.
Yeah. I gotta really like you.
Like I mean like I have this thing where I can't buy someone a lottery ticket unless they're my family.
Oh, because if like a stranger hits you.
If I buy a stranger or a friend a lottery scratch off, it's got to be for a max prize that won't bother me if they don't give me any.
So for the $1,000,
I won't give them a win for life.
Really?
No.
Well, what if I say I won the $1,000 a week for life?
Yeah.
You don't think I'm throwing you $10?
Yeah, but you're different. I'm saying
$25.
$25, all right, then maybe. But I'd rather give you the max prize $20,000 because if you're like, yo, I won $20,000, I'd be like, that's good, bro.
Yeah.
And even if you gave me nothing,
changing for any,
but like,
what if I won $150,000?
if you won $150,000,
You don't think I would give you some money?
Yeah, I think you would, but I wouldn't do it to just like anybody.
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? And like, or like, especially like I see people give like pick sixes. You're like pick six.
No, that's not happening.
No
But
way.
Every year for the grab bag, I've given the 2 years we did grab bag, Secret Santa. I gave like $30 worth of lottery tickets, and both years in a row, Jackie Byrne got my bag.
Oh yeah,
Right, and then the first year I was like watching her scratch. I'm like, "What are you doing? Don't scratch it like that. Scratch it." And then she's like, "Do you want to scratch them?" I'm like, "I do." And then the second year, the last year, she was like, "Why don't you just scratch them? I like watching you scratch them." I'm like, "No, you scratch them." Like, "You scratch them." So I bought them for her, but I scratched them. I was like, oh, I got all the action. I haven't gambled since December 26th, I think.
That's good. No scratch offs.
No, nothing.
That's great. I occasionally do scratch offs. There was one, because I see the same scratch off machine all the time and where I go. You know what I mean? And you just see like, oh, there's a new one, and I see this new one, and I look at it and it goes, win tickets to an iHeartRadio music event. I'm like, who the fuck wants that?
Right.
Who the fuck wants concert tickets?
What was it? Oh, that was the
scratch. That's the prize. It's like win.
That's the main prize. You sure about that?
That's the one they're advertising.
But it might be like part of, and you still win money.
Well, they didn't elaborate that on the cover, so I wasn't paying $3
to find out.
To go, oh, I got Bruno Mars tickets or whatever.
Bruno Mars pretty good.
All right, but it says iHeart Music concert. It could be anybody.
But iHeart Music, right? It could be the whole thing in Vegas.
Money. I want money. I don't want tickets.
It could have been a Vegas trip.
Yeah, I'm sure not giving me the trip.
iHeart, the whole thing.
Nah.
The show.
I'll have to read it again tomorrow when I see it. But it's not a fun one.
Yeah,
I want dollar signs. I want commas.
I want zeros. Some zeros.
Some zeros. You know what I mean? I want the number to be like this long. And be like, wow. I'm scratching the shit out of that. But I'm getting lazy with scratch offs. I'm like,
you're just scanning.
Well, because no. Listen, one night
I don't want to hear that you scanning.
No. One night there was like me and my wife went on a good run of scratch offs where like we were winning, so like let's just reinvest it. Like when we went and got like stacks of them one night. But we go on the New Jersey lottery site and you see how many are left of each ticket.
Yep.
So we picked ones that had a lot left. And some of those crossword puzzle ones.
No, that I'm not buying because it's so increased. That's why there's
so many those
left.
We put to the side and we just did the scan.
I would scan those, but I wouldn't even buy them.
Right, but we bought them just to see if we
there was a lot left.
There was a lot left. I want that win for life so bad. Like that one's like I do.
Wow, it's so unique.
No, but like it's nice. Just no, like I would love the Mega Million 300. 500.
I would like to. What is it? Is it $3,000 a week for life now? Isn't it, or something like that?
$1,000 a week for life.
Isn't there another one too?
There's a one.
There's a one.
There's
the Italian came out.
There's a one.
There's a one away on the.
There's one. It's not a scratch off. It's a ticket you buy where it's $1,000 a day for life.
Is what?
$1,000 a day for life.
That's the one. That was what I saw.
I'd like to win that.
That would be nice. What do you do with that? $352,000 a year?
Me and my friends are retiring.
Yeah. Everyone you know is like, yeah.
That's like. What was it like? That guy won like the guy from Jersey won that last Mega Millions.
Yeah.
It was like five. It was 700 something.
think so.
He wound up after taxes and taking the payout like 250 million.
Yeah, no.
It's crazy what they take.
But still, I'm all right with that.
250 million? I think I could probably get through the rest of my life with that.
If I won $250 million, first off, everybody who's even remotely close to me in my life is getting a large chunk of change.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
First thing I'm doing, I'm taking everyone I love, friends, family, everyone, comedians. I'm running a whole cruise ship, like
nice.
nobody else but us.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
going to be expensive.
Yeah, I know.
How much?
Yeah,
I think it's almost $1 million. Well, we're good.
yeah, we're good. We're doing this. Where are we
Yeah.
going? Wherever you want to go, just set sail.
Go
Go
where
ahead.
there's no
Yeah,
hurricanes.
yeah,
That's where we're going.
yeah. Go around hurricanes into blue water.
You know, like a pond. Can you go to like a still pond?
Yeah,
Want to just leave it in dock? That's fine.
yeah. I think I would just build a neighborhood for my friends and family,
Build a neighborhood.
like what else? Like big piece of
Gated-
land.
Just big gated
Just,
community,
you know,
just a friend
you know.
and family.
Yeah, Joe Street. Joe
Joe's the mayor.
Joe Street. It's big court. You come in. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody else need to come in here because
Right.
ain't nobody else live here but us.
No.
Just Amazon deliveries and us. That's it. That's it.
Amazon delivery. What would you need after?
No, but what I would do, I would have like a round street, a center pool area, like a big resort pool, tiki shit.
Yeah.
Everyone's backyard leads to it.
Like leads to it. Like
Yeah. That's what I'm doing, bro. That's it.
Nice.
Have a good time.
Nice. Would you open no businesses and nothing?
No,
like
I would. I'd invest it to keep
that? No, I'm
growing
just
it.
saying, like, what would you?
What would I
What
do?
would be like your ideal business you would get into?
Well, the first thing
try to
me
produce,
and
like,
Kerry
a
want to
movie.
do, we'd definitely do some sort of like animal sanctuary.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Some
Yep.
sort of like corgi rescue or something. Or dog rescue.
Nobody's giving up.
Chocolate
corgis.
River.
What? What's chocolate?
Chocolate Lazy River. I mean, we're talking ridiculous money. I want indoor Chocolate Lazy River. Willy Wonka shit. But a business, I don't know. I'd have to.
I wanted to, if I that $750 million one.
Me, you can have our own. If I win that, I'll make it a little mini TV studio in one of the houses, and we'll have our own Shark Tank show.
Yeah. There you go.
On the internet,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people just come pitch us what our next.
We're not that smart, so we probably invest in a lot of stuff.
Yo, that's great, man. Come up with some like just ridiculous
people just walking
products.
in, no, man, it's like Dunkin' Donuts, but it's different.
Dude, it's a sneaker. And you can
coffee
wash
mug.
your glasses with it. You can wash tall glasses with your sneakers, but they stay dry. You know what
I've
you
always
know,
been thinking that.
I remember one time I had a canteen for my coffee. I couldn't get in.
I'm like,
I couldn't find nothing
my sock and sneaker work.
because your shoes always with you. Could always clean. That's the genius of it. And some guy sells it, be like, all right, man. I'll give you $800,000 for 3%. I really think we could move this and license this. Like, license this to Nike.
But Shane won a motorcycle and won $10,000 scratch-off tickets. Oh, nice. Well, isn't he a lucky degenerate gambler?
What would be your crazy lottery? Well, like, what would you do? Like, what would be like your like nutso lottery purchase?
Well, like I said, though, when I did that like that, when it got up to 700 and something million, the biggest one, like maybe a couple of months ago, I bought them. This was maybe last year. It wasn't even this year. It was last year. It was like $790 million, and I was in Connecticut, so I bought one in Connecticut. I bought one in New York. I bought a bunch, and I was like, if I won this, the take home would be like I think it was like 316 million. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I wanted to buy, like, make a recovery place.
Yeah.
Like a huge apartment for people in recovery. They would have to fill out a bunch of paperwork to get in it, but it's for people who are newly recovery.
yeah,
It will help them get a job. It'll help them pay rent. It's almost like a 3-quarter house, but it would be a lot more structured than just a house that you go live in. And, like, it would help parents with kids to, like, with daycare and shit like that. I would start that and then do fundraising to keep that going. That
Yeah.
would be something that I would like to do with my money.
for sure.
But then the rest, like the crazy shit, is just I would take anybody who I loved would just be like, well, you just became a millionaire.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here you go. Here, just give out to the people who I care about the most, and then just buy an insanely beautiful house, either on a lake, on the beach,
Yeah.
and just like figure like write new jokes and go perform at Yuck Yucks and like.
And we're gonna get those seats right behind home plate, the front row, where you're always in the camera shot of the picture shot, and we're just gonna
see what's his name was there last night. Constantine, the dude from American Idol. Remember?
Oh no, I
Constantine?
didn't notice he was.
So he was there, and I took a. It's when Gleyber Torres got his first hit.
Oh yeah, I didn't see it last night because I was in class.
So I took a picture of it, and I was like, "Who's that?" Seconds before Gleyber gets his first hit in the big leagues, who's rocking out? And he has wearing a hat and like a crocodile hunter. I'm like, "No, not crocodile hunter, Constantine." And he favored it and retweeted it.
Oh, that's
I was like, he
awesome.
was right behind the plate. Yeah, I want to be that guy that the what do you call it? The Miami guy with the visor who's everywhere. You
Yeah.
ever see him?
I like the guys. I think they're in Toronto that dress up as referees, and whenever it's a strike, they stand up and do
really?
a strike. Do you ever see those
No,
guys?
no.
It's two friends that dress up like referees and
Oh, really? Like
they're
umpires?
yeah, umpires. Yeah,
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
yeah.
You coming in there with like basketball strike.
Yeah, whistle, foul. What? Or baseball. Ah. Come on, let's play the game. Play the game.
What are you worrying about us?
Dude, you're in the wrong sport. Shut up. Trying something.
But
Testing
there's those
shit.
guy, the guy behind home plate at Yankee Stadium. He's been everywhere. He's the Miami guy. Wears the red with the red visor.
Yeah.
He's always there. He's the Miami the Miami Marlins guy or whatever. Miami
Marlins.
He's their guy, but he was at the Detroit game behind the plate. He was at the Cubs game when they were in the World Series behind the plate.
Oh, that's definitely something I'm doing. I'm following Yankees for one full season. Going on the
that'd be
road,
great.
baby.
Yes.
Doing a full
So no
season.
comedy? I hear comedy kind of taking a back seat to these millions.
Here, I don't
There's
know.
no room for comedy in a chocolate lazy
I feel
river.
like I feel like your life will change. I think it'll just be hard to.
Yeah, go up there and just talk about how hard it is to be a billionaire.
No, I'd still do comedy, but I'm trying to say, these are like things
Oh,
I
no.
want to do. Like,
hear you.
like
No, I
follow
hear
the
you.
yeah. Well, dude, we'll set up our own shows. We'll tour with the Yankees.
Because we'll be also famous because we just won millions. You know?
You know what I'm
And if
saying?
we can't fill a seat, we'll just comp everybody.
We're
Millionaires.
gonna blow all our money buying tickets for our audiences. How'd they lose these millions? They put on free comedy shows on them.
In theaters.
Where? Yeah, in arenas.
You guys pack this place. Whoa.
Yeah, we'll record our specials in arenas, but we'll just let all homeless people in.
Yeah.
Like, the cutaways of the crowd would be some guy like eating his foot. Be like,
Who's their audience?
man,
Got a weird
Gaff's
following.
got a weird following. So weird.
You see, Sebastian was at
Radio City.
Radio City.
Was he recording that? Because I saw on his story it was
a lot
like
of
a multi.
pictures they were taking. They were
It was like
cameras.
a switcher. Maybe it was maybe there was like screens in there
Yeah,
that they
I
were
think that's what it
switching
was
for.
for.
But man,
But he might have been recording.
Radio
No,
Cities.
I think he said something about come here for my recording.
Radio Cities. Have you ever been inside there?
No.
I took Justin and his friend to see what was it? What was that show with Simon Cowell after American Idol that he did?
Oh, America's Got no.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't it.
Yeah, okay.
America's Got Talent.
Oh,
He wasn't on that. No. It was when Howard Stern was on it. That's
got
what.
it. Okay.
But we went there to see it there, and it is huge, man. Like I'm talking.
Cavern-esque.
Well, when you go in from the street, and you're like, "Where are we?"
Yeah, right.
Like, look, it's so big. You're like, "How is this even existing
In the
here?"
middle of the street.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it just doesn't look like
Right,
like when
right.
you're in there. The ceiling, I couldn't even imagine performing stand-up comedy in there.
So he had a spot where he was running out from the stage. Like he came back and like had a guy like rolling him,
Yeah,
and he was and I messaged him. He hasn't messaged me back in about 6 months, maybe
Yeah.
3 months.
Okay.
We talked like 3 months ago. But I was like, so I guess you won't be back at Bananas anytime soon. Like, I mean, that's
did he respond to that?
no.
No.
That's what I said. He hasn't responded to me in like 3 months.
I saw when we saw America's Got Talent there. I saw Joey Cola do crowd warm up.
Oh, really?
That's a
Tough gig.
he did good.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you're sitting there because went up and saw him, said hello to him by the stage,
Okay.
and he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I was
Yeah.
like, "This is a big place to warm up." And he's like, "Yeah, he just played or whatever."
Yeah, yeah,
You
right.
know, and I was curious to watch him, and he did it.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody sitting down. The show hasn't started yet.
Right, right.
There's cranes going around. There's
Right.
And I'm like, how the fuck is? You just got them
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Well, when you do that, that's what you do.
That's a talent, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
sat there. I'm like, I don't think I can handle that job.
Probably not.
No, that's a
That's a tough one.
hell yeah, dude. That is a tough one. Oh, you were talking about meetings. I wanted to tell you this thing. Like you wanted to start something for people in recovery.
Yeah, recovery, not necessarily meeting.
Right, but I went to a meeting the other night. A relative of mine celebrate 90 days,
Oh, okay,
and I
nice.
said, "You want to come see me celebrate?"
Yeah, yeah.
We picked a meeting around us. It wound up being a non-celebration meeting, but we went to a meeting anyway. I haven't been to an AA meeting probably in 15 years.
Oh, the other fellowship.
The other fellowship. So I'm at an AA meeting, but and I even I didn't know do I introduce myself as an alcoholic and addict? I just did addict because I was like, I'm just comfortable.
Did you hear anybody else saying addict?
No. Oh, I said I'm a guest because I heard other people say guest.
Right, right.
And I said I'm a guest. I'm an addict, and they're like, hey, and blah blah. So I got the book, and they were just gonna read the book. So I'm like, all right, I'll just. They do some weird shit like there's a speaker there. He's gonna speak there for 12 straight weeks or something.
Yep.
Dude, after every line we read, he would give his take on that sentence.
Oh, that's a little much.
Bro, for an hour.
And nobody shared. It's just him.
Right at the very end, anybody for 10 minutes because it was an hour and 15. So the last 10 and 15 minutes
Open to the floor.
open to the floor. I took everything in me and I'd be and he was really guy who thinks he knows everything, one of those. But after every sentence, because I remember the first one, he's like, it's like, so because the first chapter is about Bill W. It's some letter he wrote, something. He's like, so I run into my friend so and so, and then we sat down to talk. Well, when he gave the history on that, because he knew all, and so at first you're like, all right, and then as it keeps going and going and going,
That's fucking.
it was so
I can't be at that kind of meeting.
I'm thinking, I'm like, Gaffney would have fucking walked out.
Fucking nuts.
If I wasn't there with my relative,
Yeah.
I would have totally been gone.
I'm not doing that.
But even after that, because, I go, do they do that a lot in AA? He's like, I've never seen that. He goes, it was fucking annoying.
Yeah, I never saw
it. Was the most annoying thing I've ever, and that guy acted like his shit don't stink.
he was
And
AA,
he's
right?
breaking people's anonymity without giving their names. He's like, yeah, because there was this guy, I won't break his anonymity, but he's young, has an Irish accent, and
Like the guy that everyone knows.
and you're like, oh, dude. And then he would it was such a weird. I don't know, man. I don't want to shit on another fellowship, but it was so weird because most of this chapter they were talking about was coming to grips with people Bill W was didn't want to believe in God. He
Right.
hated religion.
Yeah.
His whole thing was no religion, and no religion. And then even the speaker's I hated religion, and I just came up with my own concept of higher power. And then everyone's yeah, and then to end the meeting on a Lord's Prayer just is the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah, right. You're right. No, 100%.
I just was this is to me, a serenity prayer, not religious.
Well, they do Lords. The AA does Lords.
Yeah, it was just so bizarre to me, man.
Yeah.
It was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. I never saw somebody speak after every line of a book.
I will say this. In AA, the ending on the Lord's Prayer, although is weird, especially doing the part of the book that he was talking about where they have not come to the conclusion where the higher power in God is, and it's it's taken from Christian stuff. You know what I mean? It's not they didn't make this up. You know what I mean? These things are taken from the monks, and you know what I mean? These are Christians. This is not. So the steps came from somewhere very God centered.
Oh yeah.
So, but the part of the book he's in right now, Bill W. and Dr. Bob, they haven't come to that yet.
Yeah.
They haven't got to that conclusion yet. So it's weird to be in that part of the story and end with Our Father who art in heaven. But the reason why they now end on that prayer is because eventually they do realize how it is not religious, but comes from Christian religious base. I mean, it is, period. You can't not say the 12 steps were just pulled out of thin air. They came from a Christian organization.
Yeah.
Just the way it is.
Just wasn't a fan of the AA meeting.
I hear you, but I've been to.
And then the guy told me in the
few
parking
AAs.
lot, he was like, "Hey," he acted like I'm sitting there, me and my relative are hanging out, and he's like, "All right, thanks, guys." Like we were telling him like good speaking, like we didn't acknowledge him. He's like, "Thanks, guys," and he goes, "Oh yeah," and he's like, "So you're near the fellowship?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, if you're, at AA meeting, you just say you're an alcoholic, say you're an addict. That's what I do when I go to your fellowship." I'm like, "Get in your car."
How about I beat you with the book?
How about, who gives a shit?
Which, fuck that guy.
No, I know, but it was just so funny. He was like, "Thanks, guys." We're
Yeah,
like,
let me also
it was
educate you
almost,
real quick. Hold
yeah,
on.
it was almost like I was like, "Oh, good speaking."
Nobody
Nobody said no. Hey, thanks, guys. Like,
It's like at the end of a show when you're like, "Thanks for coming." Everybody's like, "Oh yeah, okay." Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even see you stand there. Thank you for being here.
yeah,
Hey, you want to take a picture with me? No, I would have asked you. I know how to do that. How do people do that? Like comics, like, you want to take a picture?
the
I've
most
seen
bizarre thing
I
I've
think
seen.
it's insane.
To ask an audience to take a picture with you
Is-
and then post it on.
Only person I'm giving any credit is Artie Fuqua, because Artie Fuqua was like the town mayor of every fucking
Right.
show he's on, right?
Yeah.
And at the end of the night, he's taking pictures and he created albums. I don't know if he still does it. He used to create an album for every night.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So you would go to his fan page and be like, "Oh, I was at that show."
I don't think he does since he became uber rich.
No, I don't think he did it since he had the accident. When he came back, he stopped doing it.
Yeah.
That does coincide with being uber rich, but I don't.
Yeah.
I think once he came back, he didn't do it.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to have like an eighth of his style.
I know.
He's so smooth and he
He's
dresses
good.
nice. And he's like,
He's good. She's thin. He's a good-looking dude. Whatever, man. We're not that.
no, but
I
he,
want to be.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like I want to grow up to be that. Like thinner.
I want to grow
Dress
up to be
nice.
thinner.
Yeah. Have a little style.
Little style.
You know, a little style.
Yeah. We had some comments on the last podcast. There's been a couple subjects we've been talking about, telling people we'd broach, but we just keep forgetting to do them. And one of them was Angela was want us to discuss the Gary Shandling documentary.
I didn't see the whole
Oh,
thing.
you still didn't see the whole
No,
thing?
I gotta
sorry,
watch it.
Angela. Next week.
Next week we'll do it
Next
because
week.
I saw you respond to her and I was gonna watch it last night, but I just got so tired.
Yeah. I'll just say it's my favorite documentary I've ever seen.
Okay.
I mean,
watched,
entertainment documentary.
yeah, I watched an hour of it out of the 4, so I still gotta watch.
It spoke my soul.
No, me too. The only
was
hour I
so-
saw, I just am very bad. No offense to the documentary did intrigue me. I told you about it before you watched it.
Yeah.
The hour I watched, the things he wrote in his journal, in his diary. I was like, I think that all the time.
Yeah.
So it was definitely connected. It's just I am very bad at once something hits on demand. I'm very bad at going, oh, let me catch up on that.
Right.
That's why I'm 2 seasons behind Walking Dead. Because I let 3 weeks get by and I'm like, oh, fuck that. I'm done. And I just lost it. And I'm done. I lost the flavor for it.
I haven't watched Walking Dead since I didn't watch any this season since last season.
Yeah.
And my wife's keeping up with it, and she said it's not getting any better, but she's just keeping going.
Yeah, I wish I didn't. So.
Well, I can tell because I remember I used to see posts on Facebook like, "Holy shit, Walking Dead tonight!"
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like all these like you don't want it, like no spoilers. It just never happens anymore.
Yeah, I know.
No one's like, "Whoa, did you see?
Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you believe it?" No. Nobody talks about nothing like that anymore.
Nope.
I think we're oversaturated with show.
Absolutely. That's why I was like, oh, you see this show on Amazon? Do you see this show on Hulu? Do you see this show? It's on Amazon. Do you see this show? It's on. No, man. There's no way I saw those shows.
Or when you don't like a show and they just can't believe you can't like it.
Yeah.
Like at Westworld. Some people in my
Hey,
studio were like,
I will.
I said I don't like it. I thought it sucked the first season.
Yeah, and we disagree on that.
It's
But
yeah.
that's okay. You don't have to like it.
No, I don't. I don't have to like it. It
The
stinks.
first- no. So that's where you go. That's the over the step. That's the overstep. Like, you don't like something, that's fine. I don't like the Beatles.
Yeah.
I will never be able to say they stink.
Yeah.
I don't like them.
Yeah.
And that's right. I'm comparing the Beatles to Westworld. You can't say they
I
stink.
see. I don't know if the story stinks or I hated the storytelling way they did it. That bothered me.
I hear you. You don't like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't stink. You're just not going to watch it. Not a fan. I watched it.
The new one, is it good?
The new episode came
Did it
out.
start off good?
It was an hour and 15 minutes. It starts off. It starts off where you're like, what happened last year with all the
Yeah.
murder that took place. We come back to that day.
Okay.
People kind of like trying to hide from the robots that are taking over.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people in the real world don't realize that still. Like,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
app doesn't understand what happened.
Right.
And the black dude, what was his name? I can't think of his name in the show. But he is a robot.
Yeah.
But no one, like, some people don't know he's a robot.
Yeah, that was my favorite part of the first season, finding out he was the robot.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa, and then everything
know.
else, I'm like, ugh.
But I like the way they did that. I'm not going to get into that again. But, yeah, I watched it. I watched that.
Did they do they did last year the thing I hated where it's like, let me be confusing, and then Anthony Hopkins will wrap it up, or Anthony Hopkins is
Anthony's-
dead, right?
But I think he's going to show up in this because he shows up in their minds.
And their robot memories?
Yeah, so I think he shows up, but he did not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
But
I like that show.
I'll continue not watching that. And then Barry's my other favorite show.
You know what? I don't like it as much, and I
No?
do think it's somewhat funny.
I love it.
Some parts make me laugh. It just isn't. I don't know, man. It just hasn't grabbed. And I watch it.
Yeah.
It just hasn't grabbed me yet.
I love it. Henry Winkler is my acting teacher.
No,
I told him, I go, Henry Winkler does a good you. Dog wants to come in. What's up, dog? I still got to get a Cody cam so y'all can see him.
Yeah, I watch it. I like it. Some parts make me laugh. They said something the other day like that.
I didn't see the last one.
There was one funny scene in there, but then at the end, it was at the very end. He was like, what was it? What's the guy's name? The older guy, the hitman. The guy that's got him working for him.
I forget his name.
He's in everything. What the fuck is his name? But anyway, he was supposed to bring a guy on the job with him, and at the end of the job, he's supposed to kill the dude. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, remember the guy's name. Let's just say it's Russell. So he comes in after the job. He's like, "You did it? Oh my god! I know it sucked. You had to kill Russell, man, and I know that you really didn't want to do that." And then like Russell walks in and sits down. He never killed him because he liked him. He had a gun on the back of his head, but he never pulled the trigger. And he's like, "Russell, Joe Russell." That was hilarious.
I'm giving up on Silicon Valley, I think.
It's, you know what?
It's like...
It was funny, and I liked it, but it's every week, we're going to close down. No, we're not. We're going to lose our IP. No, we're not. It's just like, how many times?
Yeah, I just don't even know what they're doing. I'm watching. I'm like, what are we...
Somebody crashed our server. We fixed it. Somebody's stealing our information. We caught them.
Hooli got it. Hooli didn't get it.
Didn't get it. Hooli's suing us. Hooli's not suing us. We got Hooli off our backs. Hooli's back. It's like, it's just, I get it. I'm done.
Yeah.
I enjoy watching it. It fills my Sunday, but it's like, I don't care about it.
No, it's stacking up on my DVR.
I just don't care about them
it's
anymore.
very tough for me to for shows to compete with Yankees when they're on. I'm like, I'm watching the game unless it's like a blowout that I'll flip on. But I've been enjoying that.
That's the one person that Angela doesn't like. Yeah, Fuchs. That's right. She was like Fuchs. He was like, I forget the guy's name. It was like Carl Fuchs, Carl. Like, it was funny. And I like the bald guy in that. The
Russian
bald guy.
Yeah.
He's funny.
Yeah, sounds like you like the show.
There's parts of it I do
Yeah.
like. I'm just saying it's not.
One of your favorites.
Boom, it's
it's
just
no
not.
Westworld.
There's no Westworld. No Westworld.
Boo. Boo world. What the fuck's happening
The
here,
one thing we
world?
should talk about, Angela, is the Yankees. Angela loves when we talk about Yankees.
We can't. She's a Red Sox fan. And they're on fire, so
They're on
she
fire.
can't.
They lost the last couple of games, but
And they got no hit. by the
No,
A's.
no.
But I don't want to bring that up.
No.
I don't know if it's a sore spot.
We're not going to bring up the no. No, we won't.
No, Angela.
No,
we won't.
no,
not.
we won't. No, we won't.
Yeah, you wanted to talk about. You said
Mike
Francesa's coming back to the
Mike
fan.
Francesa's coming back, and here's the thing.
See, this is a very tri-state area conversation. Nobody knows who Mike Francesa is outside of.
People know Mike Francesa and Mike and the Mad Dog. People know that fame.
No, they were a regional sports show.
People know them, though, but you don't do a 30 and 30 for a regional sports show.
I'm so mad I can't even get my friend down. Can't do 30-30. All right, Cody. He's like, what?
Thank you.
He's like, I don't like when you play characters.
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, but stop it.
You choking on lettuce over there?
So, anyway.
All right.
Mike Francesa,
Francesca.
He's been doing sports radio. Now, I'm not a big sports radio guy. Just happened to, the middle of last year, maybe the beginning of last year, was listening to a lot of, I used to listen to 1010 Wins. I stopped listening to music on the radio about 3 years ago. It's just, when I listen to talk radio or news, it just calms me down, puts me, like in my car, I'm kind of like in a zone then.
Yeah.
When I'm out of my car, I'm talking to a lot of people.
Right.
I'm performing, I'm on. But like when you're driving, you could be like in your own little world. Like I just like not the music. I like the background.
Yeah.
So unless I'm going on a long trip, I'll sing my way through the trip. But for the most
you got to
part,
sing through a trip.
right? But for the most part, if I'm driving 20 minutes, a half hour, I listen to talk radio. I just do. And sports radio was the thing because I was doing the news for a long time and I was just getting agitated by the news. So I was like, I don't want to listen to this anymore. It's making me angry. And I turn on Mike Francesa, and he would be like, just in the background, kind of be like, there you go. There's a guy talking.
Yeah.
Fuck it, good enough. After I started this day job in August is when I started listening to them. Because I'll be driving during the day. So it's something to do. You know what I mean? Like in May, actually, I started listening. So then I found Michael Kay during last year's playoff run. I hate it that Joe Buck does the playoff games for the Yankees.
It's been a bone of contention for years.
So I didn't realize. So I tweeted, I missed Michael Kay, and I saw he was tweeting, guys, Joe Buck is really good. And I was like, what is he doing? And I didn't realize he had his own show. I just didn't.
Oh, you didn't know?
I didn't realize they had their, I mean, I knew it, but it wasn't something that was on my front of my mind.
Yeah.
So when I saw the tweet, I was like, oh, let me go to that show. And I started listening to that show. And then I went back once in a while to Mike, Francesa, and he's retiring and all these fucking. And
real quick plug just for talking about Michael Kay show. Our friend Scott Brennan, Verbal Shenanigans, interviewing Don LaGreca for his Verbal Shenanigans podcast today. Today.
Nice.
Yeah, so download the Verbal Shenanigans podcast and listen to Scott.
Right.
Just because we're on the topic. So back to Mike Francesa.
Anyway, so Francesa was retiring, and like I said, I wasn't a big fan of the guy because I didn't really listen to him. Liked listening to Michael Kay, loved Don LaGreca, loved Peter Rosenberg, love him.
Yeah.
So stopped listening to Michael, and I know Mike, and he was retiring. Then he went away. I knew he went away, but I was already listening. He did this whole thing of retirement. It was like say, what's his name? What are you staring at?
I was just looking at my CPU thing. It was just going in the red.
Oh, again?
No, it's fine. I occasionally have to look. It's down. It went down again, but
my ass hurts.
Occasionally, I just got to glance up to check technical things.
So, when Mariano Rivera retired,
right,
he went on a year tour. Remember, every stadium gave him a thank you and a gift, and he retired. Mike Francesa did the same thing for 18 fucking months. Was retiring. He had special guests on to walk down Ego Lane, pat him on the back, let him know how awesome he is.
Yeah.
And he did this whole night of 1,000 memories, whatever the fuck it was.
Night of 1,000.
I don't know.
Baseball, sports memories.
And he had a bunch of people come and blow him and give him kudos for being awesome.
Yeah.
Then he retires, and then they put a new show in his place.
Imagine people did come to blow him. Like, ugh. Do we have to say goodbye this way? You bought tickets.
My friend says,
gotta blow them.
Get down there.
Yeah. And
then, he went away. And then, he used to, for the last, month, everybody's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to do stuff. I got plans. I don't want to talk about it right now. Blah, blah, blah. And then he goes away for 4 months, and now he's coming back in the same time slot he left. How the fuck, as a
2 hours later.
he's coming back at 3. He came on at 1,
Yeah.
1 to 5, right? Now he's going 3 to 7.
Yeah.
So where's he? Well, that's a coincidence. Going 3 to 7 against the what?
Michael K show.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he went away. He realized that the Michael K show was grabbing traction to begin with.
Yeah.
And then he came back in, and Bart and Scott and that Maggie chick, who that wasn't a great show anyhow. It's
But
really not.
they've only been doing it for 4 months.
4 months. They probably haven't found their groove.
Listen,
and I
if
get
you
that.
if you saw the Mike and the Mad Dog 30 for 30, they were
Everybody.
shitty ratings when you first start.
Every show is like that, and I get
Till you get a groove.
till you get a groove.
Like
I
they
get
said,
it.
that new show hasn't even had a football season yet.
Correct. But Michael K was like, I'm just pissed that the fan would do that to them. The fan didn't do that. Mike Francesa, fucking ego, called up the fans like, I want that time slot back. And they were like, you got it. Because they know he's a hero on their station.
Right. Well, they crumbled instead of you know
Yes.
what I mean.
They should have been like,
buckled
"No, do
under the
your thing,
pressure of
Mike."
having not being number one.
Right.
Because Michael K's number one.
Right. Well, not really. Not.
Michael K's as soon as Francesa went off,
He just
Michael K
said-
became number one.
No, because Francesa on his they were like 2 and 3 for some. I don't know who's won.
Sports
Yeah.
in that time slot. No way.
Yeah, listen to Michael K today. Michael K was talking about when Francesca did like his night of or whatever that when it aired.
Yeah, yeah.
The farewell night.
Yeah.
That show was second, and Michael K was third in the ratings. So if that show was second and Michael K's third, then that's how they run second and third. I
But
don't know
who's
how.
number one?
I don't know.
In this area, I can't even think of another show that would even come
I don't
close
know.
to that.
So
That's
but-
crazy.
But Michael K still isn't number one, I don't think, according to today's show.
I'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, him coming back to me is a fraud. She's a fraud. You're a fraudulent, man. You got people sucking your balls for 18 months. Oh, my God, Mike. All the fucking fans calling in. You got to stay. I'm done. It's okay. I know, but I'm just going to move on. Like, all this stuff. Like, people beg, like, his dumb fans. Like, please, Mike, you're the best. We love listening to you. I really appreciate it. We're really going to miss you. Hey, but it's time to move on. It's time to go. Blah, 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 blah. And then you're back 4 months later. And I get the itch to fucking perform. But you're a fucking fraud, bro. That's a big hoopla for you to come back for. Go a year. Go a year, you selfish fucking prick. Go a year and then say, you know what, man, I think I want to come back. And then
Yeah.
we'll all, maybe people will be like, you know what, I get it. 4 months later, I don't respect you. That's like if Mariano went on his tour and then the winter hits, and then that next season he's like, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to come to spring training. Now, you don't think the Yankees were like, yes, he's coming back. Of course they would.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The Yankees would take him back in a second. But the world would be like,
It was like Brett Favre. I'm retired. No, I'm not retired.
yeah, but they
done.
didn't do things like this for him. Like
Right.
nights of retiring your number and all this awesome shit for you to come back and be like, I'm coming back. Like,
Yeah, I guess he overestimated his value out there. That nobody else wanted him.
yeah,
Like that was the only place that wanted you.
right.
You know,
Yeah, you could have started a podcast right away.
because he always shit on ESPN, so they weren't going to put him on
right.
in any slot.
Yeah.
Because he always shit on them.
Yep.
And where else you gonna go? If he's ugly for TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They tried that on
Yeah.
on NBC, and they just didn't want that.
Right.
And then I think he tried doing what I read, he tried selling his Football Sunday show to ESPN,
Yeah.
and they're like, no.
Yep.
He even tried that FS1 when he was still on the Fan, the Fox
Right.
Sports
Didn't
1.
work.
That didn't work.
Yeah.
They would like bump him for like auto racing.
That's bad.
That's fair.
Especially in this market.
In this market, be like, oh, you're talking about the Yankees and the Mets or auto racing? They want to see auto racing.
Yeah.
They don't want your
They don't want you.
big, fat, dumb head.
Yeah, bitching and moaning at all your callers.
Yeah. Did you ever see that guy does the parody of him on YouTube?
No.
Mike Zahn.
No.
Because the show was Mike's On.
Yeah,
But he
yeah.
was Mike Zahn.
Good.
Yeah, it's real.
Does he sound like him?
Just like him.
Yeah.
There's probably all the old ones are up there.
Okay.
But it's spot on.
When I heard it today, I was like, wow, man. If he didn't do this big hoopla of an event for 18 months, I wouldn't be like, whatever, man. He just decided to.
Yeah.
But all of this stuff that he did for people like to stroke him and say, you're so great, man. We don't want you to leave. You're the best. Why are you leaving? And then you come back 4 months later. I just think you're
the
a fraud.
ego. He's an egomaniac.
Egomaniac, man.
Egomaniac. And honest, yeah, I mean, I was getting bored with him anyway. Like I loved him and Chris Russo, the Mike and the Mad Dog show. I loved.
Yeah.
It was a great. They'd yell. You could tell they didn't like each other at some points.
Right,
It just
right.
added to the fun of the show. And then once Chris Russo left, I was still with Mike a little bit because he was very knowledgeable. I used to just listen to his opening.
Right.
That was like, let me get to his opening.
Right.
Then I would kind of just blow it off.
Yeah.
But I started going to the Michael K show because I just like the guys better.
Yep.
They're not egomaniacs. They're I mean, they may be on some level, but they don't come off that way.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just fun. I feel like the Michael K show is fun.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's
fun,
like
sporty, fun. You get some knowledge if you didn't know things. So I don't know a lot about basketball, so I learned shit when I listen to them. But
right.
But it's fun. It's not.
And I like Michael K. I like him as my Yankee. I like
Yes.
Michael K. when he announced the radio.
Absolutely.
I like him as the TV announcer.
Yep.
I
love Michael. I love Don. Don's like a freaking. Don's like exactly like me. Sports knowledge guy's not like me, but just the way he's a Jersey guy.
Yeah.
I'm like he sounds just like he says mook.
Yeah.
Like he says things that I'm like I say that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
He's just and then Peter Rosenberg is the perfect balance for a guy like me that doesn't know sports. He's always
Right.
trying to be funny. Like yesterday, some guy called in, right? And I don't know who it was. It was like a reporter, an analyst. And he was talking about 700 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, holy shit, does this guy get paid by the word? So I tweeted him like, what is he doing, man? Oh my God. I said, no one can talk. No one even talked. He was just talking. And I was like trying to get into a conversation with this guy. He's like trying to jump into a double Dutch jump rope. You're like, can't get in. And I tweeted that and Peter Rosenberg, LOL, like back at me,
Yeah.
right? And as soon as that guy hung up, Peter's like, whoa, it's a lot. We got to take, that's a lot to take. And he was trying to joke about it, and Michael knew where he was going with it. So Michael was like, yeah, nobody knows football like this guy. The knowledge he just gave you, right? So much knowledge. Like, really? Yeah, I guess that's what we're talking about. Like, and then today he's always on the joke.
Right.
So like I tweeted that and he tried to joke right away, and then today something else went down. I jumped in and he joked right away. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that about him. He's like the comedic part of it.
Right.
You know, but Don is like throws in these one-liners. It's just so fucking funny. They're funny dudes, man.
Yeah.
And they're fun. I will never put on Francesa, and that to me is just. I mean, I just if he didn't put on an 18-month show of his retirement, I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah.
It's
I'll
just-
put on that first one just to hear his
think about
blowhardedness.
this. Think about this. So you go on a Facebook rant about how you're done with comedy.
Yeah.
You just like you got to move on. You realize your time has come. Blah 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 blah. Right, and then everybody come out to my last show.
Right.
We all come out, we support you, getting gifts and stuff. Man, we don't want to. We'd hate to see you go. Then a month later, you're like, you know what, bro? I want to do. I want to go. I want to go do comedy again. Fuck it. Like, no,
Yeah.
man. You could have just quietly stopped doing comedy and then came back to it if you wanted to. But this whole hoopla of I'm going to retire that was a selfish thing to do. And then him to come, he knew. All you had to do is call the fan and be like, hey, I want to come back. And they'd be like, you got it. Hey,
Yeah,
Bart.
'cause he wanted more money out of them, and they wouldn't give it to him, and so he's taking a huge pay cut to come back because that was
Right.
his whole posture, threatening to leave, and they're like, "All right, leave,"
Right.
you know.
Yeah. That's probably what you're right. Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
He threatened them the whole time. I'm out of here. I'm retiring.
I'm
They're
outta
like,
here.
hey, take care, guy. Take
All
care.
right, well, we don't want to pay you more, and
Yeah.
then he
And then he
realized,
went.
and they're like, "Go find," because they knew his market, just kind of like you see that with baseball teams when the guys like, "Nah, I want," they're like, "Go ahead, go find
Yeah.
it, go find that market."
Ritu, we're doing the show.
She was just replying to my story.
Fucking Ritu.
Fucking Rito. Give us some. Go to the live and give us some hearts, ha-has, and wows. Yeah, we gotta. I gotta start putting that on the graphics. We appreciate hearts,
and
ha-has,
wows.
and wows,
And wows.
and thumbs ups.
Thumbs ups are nice too.
Thumbs ups is nice too.
Thumbs ups is nice too.
Thumbs ups is nice too.
What do you got to talk about? Anything that you wanted to talk about? Anyway, I'm just went on that rant about.
That's all right, man.
It just irked me.
Gotta get these.
It
things.
irked me, man. Like it irked me so much. I was tweeting at them all day, like, "Fuck this
Yeah.
fraud."
Yeah.
He's a fucking fraud, man. I'm sorry, he's a fraud. And I like that Don is not like Michael. Michael's like never talk disparaging about another anchor or another news person.
Right.
Mike doesn't do that.
No, Mike did. Actually, the one thing when they, because was it the day after? It was the day after Mike signed off, I think.
Right.
No, it was the day that the Michael K show started on Yes, because Francesa used to be on Yes.
Oh, okay.
The first day it was on Yes. The first thing Michael K did, because Francesa is known to drink Diet Coke. He took a bottle of Diet Coke and dropped it into a wastebasket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was like the
that's
first
pretty
thing he did.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, something's here.
Yeah.
Pop.
Nice.
See you later. And I loved it.
That was awesome.
I thought, because I like that they took his place on there, because I thought it was a nice move in. It's like he's here now. He's going to be the announcer.
Right.
So his show's over. Boom. Now we're going to be on a pregame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Lots of K.
Lots of K.
I'm in front row of one of his Michael K center stages.
With who?
With that comedian.
That guy?
Yeah.
Billy Crystal.
No. The one like Seinfeld, all those guys looked up to. Big New York comic. He was like first guy to have an HBO special other than George Carlin. Damn it, my mind ain't working. He was a big college comedian when he had the HBO special in the 70s. He did that, like where he played a harmonica and he like couldn't stop shaking
Klein,
his
Robert Klein.
Robert Klein. And front row, me and my friend Catherine.
Can't stop my leg.
Yeah, me and my big bald head are just sitting there like, because I was
Who
just
were you with?
my friend Catherine took her out with me. It was like I was an open micer at the time. I was doing comedy, like I'm like, yo, I'm gonna go see Robert Klein. You know what I mean? And they put us front row. It's funny because first off, Michael K's head in person is. We think we have big heads.
No, I know. I can tell.
Yeah, it's huge. But he was cool. He came out to the line, like talked to us. Hey, what's up, guys? Shook it. I'm like, fucking Michael K. Tall dude, man. That's a big dude.
Big dude, right?
And so whatever, we're sitting there, and the show's on. So we're on commercial break. So I hear Robert Klein ask Michael K. some rumor he heard about Randy Johnson. Like Randy Johnson was on the team then.
Okay.
And then Michael K. starts answering him. So I forget what they were saying, but I'm hearing it.
Right.
So and then they both look at me because they could see that I'm mortified. I just totally got caught eavesdropping. And then they just like got more quiet, but I was just into it. And then they just both dead stared at me. I'm like, just like frozen. I picture my cartoon eyes like boing. But yeah, I got caught eavesdropping on Robert Klein and Michael K.
Nice.
Yeah.
Robert Klein was he used to do guest spots at Gotham, the old Gotham, when I would do Jessica Kirson's Bringers.
Oh, okay.
When I first started.
Yeah.
2002. And he was at one with him and Judy Gold. And it was like my 10th Bringer show.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, hey, can I ask you guys a question? And they're like, yeah, what's up? And I was like, I'm always writing. I have the people come to see me like every week. I do these Bringers. The same 8 to 12 people always come out for it.
Right.
And I'm always trying to write a new 8 minutes for them. And Robert Klein's like, stop it. And I'm like, and he's like, fuck your friends. How are you writing a new 8 minutes every week? He's like, how comfortable do you think you're going to be? You haven't, and then Judy goes like, you haven't even worked on your stage presence yet. You got to get comfortable. He's like, Robert Klein's like, work on being comfortable. Then you can work on working new jokes.
Right. Yeah.
Work on your stage persona, your stage presence. Get comfortable. You're never going to get comfortable if you're always working a new joke. You're never going to get comfortable because you're always uncomfortable with your new joke.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I started doing, I had 3 8 minutes. I rotated. When I would do spots, and just rotate those 3 8 minutes in.
Nice.
You know? I just listened to them. I was like, forget writing new jokes. And then if I did, it was like a 30-second new joke in the middle of the 8.
Right,
So then before I knew it, it pushed out the 8, and I would have a new 8. The old 8 can sit in the bag. I got a new 8. I would just keep putting 30 seconds in, grow it.
Stretching it out.
Yep.
Do you love when you start stretching shit out?
Yeah.
Even now, you start getting a couple minutes and you start stretching it. You're like, oh, this is great.
Yep.
Start dumping some shit you don't like anymore. No better feeling. Love that shit. That was another thing we did. Our friend Dan from Albany had posted that Facebook post one time. He was all talking about being a road comic and a feature. You're not able to make make a living being a feature.
That's right. We were going to talk about that.
And I just told him, all right, dog. You want the podcast to be over? He's like, bro, this podcast has been on for... All right, we're going to do one more topic, bud. Then we'll go for a walk. Yeah, he was talking about... I've seen it a lot. Some people be like, oh, you can't make a living as a feature like you used to. Like, I even heard Judy Gold one time say back when she started, features would make $800 for the weekend.
Right.
And it's like, wow. But she's like, yeah, you also had to work like a ton of shows. Like, you'd be like Wednesday through Sunday.
And most of the time you're putting yourself up. Or sometimes they would give you a room, a condo.
Yeah. But my whole point to him was, you know, you're not going to make a living as a feature, but that's not your goal.
No.
Like, I feel like if you made a living, like a comfortable living as a feature, you'd probably never achieve headliner.
Right. What's the incentive?
What's the incentive? Like, you'd never...
It's a confused dog.
He just really wants...
He thought we would all be like, hey, look, Cody's here. He's like, yeah. I don't give a fuck I'm here or not. I'm going to go back out there where people touch me.
Yeah, but I say don't try to be a career.
You shouldn't.
People are so worried about quitting their job to be like a full-time comedian.
Yeah,
and it's
not, I mean, it's just, it's hard to make a living. There's, all right, like, so you got the city comics who are making a living writing, doing other things, right?
Yeah, and a lot of them do have jobs you don't know about.
Of course.
And a lot of them, you know, do you want to be in your late 40s with 6 roommates?
Right.
Half of which are probably in their 20s. That's cute when you're 20s, but
it's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
It's not really what you want to do. It's just like I was thinking about that, like maybe asking Troy, hey, you want to get an apartment before my son moved back and became, you know, my kid again?
Yeah.
When I thought I had no children, I was going to move on. I was going to like, hey, why don't we move in together? I'm like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing?
Yeah.
I get a studio apartment and figure it out. It's just, you know what I mean? Now that my kids are stretched and out, they're gone. But even like I was out with my daughter last night. I'm like, you know what? I was thinking probably just gonna get a nice one bedroom. I'm gonna get a nice sofa bed.
Yeah.
And then Michael can stay on the sofa bed.
Get the one like I got there, man.
Yeah, like a really.
It's
nice.
like it fucking blows up like an air mattress. It's fucking great, dude.
And I'm like, that'd be my son's thing. I'm like, because he'll be the first one to leave. He's gonna go out eventually on his own. Then I have just a one bedroom. Why do I want to pay for 2 bedrooms when my son might leave in a year?
Right.
And she's like, well, I think you should have 2 bedrooms. I'm like, why? She's like, what if I need them? I'm like, well, why are you guys coming back all the time?
Yeah.
And if you do, you can sleep on the couch. Like, I'm going to sleep on the couch. Yeah. What? Because if you move back, it's not going to be a permanent me and dad.
Yeah, it needs to be uncomfortable so you don't stay.
Yeah.
Like
I need a whole room.
Yeah.
Believe me. And I'm like, how am I ever? And I thought about it. I'm like, I'm never going to be. I love that my kids are around me. I do.
Right.
I'm never going to be just like. Just me?
Maybe.
Which is fine, but...
Yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
But comedy
and
making
on the road, trying to make money. I think it's hard to make a living doing comedy unless you're touring and your budget's low to begin with. You have a low budget.
Right, you have to hit with something to be a draw, and
you're not going to headline the good clubs.
No.
And you're going to headline maybe the B and C clubs, which is fine, but it's not every weekend. You're just out there crushing it. There's not enough rooms for us all to be just making a living all day long. There's not enough.
Yeah, and with all the localized comedy scenes, like even you know, he's up in Albany. It's like there's probably a lot of local comics. So like
even Indianapolis,
like you can't even. Yeah, you can't get.
I was going to take you.
Yeah, but they'll use the local feature instead of.
We're going to use the local.
So
and they can't shit on the club. I mean, they're not gonna have to put a hotel. They have to pay anything for this guy, and the guy lives around the corner. He might do it for $50 or $75 a spot.
Right? No, and I can't. I think it's good to support a local comedy community.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you know why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, making a living is.
It shouldn't be the goal.
It should.
Being a you don't want to be a. It's like
you don't want to be I'm a successful feature.
Like when I was opening for those bigger acts, and I got
the clubs don't even pay you the same. I mean, they pay you like the same.
Like if it's a 2-person show, you got the host and feature money, and then the big act would give you a little more money. When you're doing theaters with them, you get bigger money, right? You get a lot better money. You can make a living doing it. But when they stop using you, I was like, oh my God, I need them to use me. Why don't they use me? They're not using me. And I'm like, why am I basing my career and my nut on another headliner using me?
Right.
What the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
I remember talking about that with Sean Donnelly. I pulled in. I'm like, I was stressing it. I'm like, Kathleen doesn't want to use me. Sebastian's not using me anymore. Like, what have I done? I'm like, I don't know what I did. I'm not going to figure it out. It doesn't even matter. But why am I wanting them to use me? Like, what am I stressing? These people's careers got to take off, and maybe they'll take me along. What the fuck am I thinking? Like, I've never done that in my life. I hope that person makes it so I can come with them. Like, what? I'm trying to fill my schedule on your career. Fuck your career. Great. Book as many theaters as you got to book. I got to be worrying about trying to do the same.
Right.
What am I doing here? So yeah, I'm struggling financially because I'm not looking to become a universal opener, although it's good money. It's good money. And if I worked in with somebody I really like and we had a good relationship and I became like Ryan Hamilton would be with Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. Ryan Hamilton's killing it on his own, but he also works with Seinfeld. There's guys that works out like that. But my point is why am I letting my career go complacent? Because I'm hoping that I can feature for somebody.
Right.
Just try to get better. Don't worry about trying to make a living.
And it's tough, and it's supposed to be tough. It's not. It's art. A lot of people don't make it.
Yeah.
But you still make shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about like if you I've been reading up on some of these playwrights and stuff, and because I've been taking an acting class, and how a lot of them weren't even appreciated until after they were dead.
Right.
Then their stuff became real but they just did it because they had to do it. You just do it. You
Yeah.
just do work. You just do work. If you got a supplement with a job, it's tough. It makes it tough. We all want to listen. I'd love to just.
Can I tell you something? I was off. I took yesterday off because it's a slow week.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just taking Monday off. I haven't had a day like a whole. And yesterday was beautiful. I went out. I had to go to the doctor. I had to do some stuff during the day. So I'm driving around, no stress, just chilling. A little bit of music on, driving. And I was like, man, I want to do this all the time. I just want to be a full-time comic where my money is taken care of. And yes, I make decent money doing comedy, but not enough to relieve my stress. It's not steady enough to relieve my stress.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I want stress relief. You know what I mean? But I was like hanging out, and the incentive was, man, I'm going to fucking make it. I am going to make it to where I can cruise on a Saturday, on a Monday. I am making it. I don't give a fuck.
Sure.
If that's what I got to do, I'm lucky I have a job that I don't mind doing during the day, but I don't want to do it. So my incentive is to fucking make something happen so I don't have to do it.
That's why we're doing other things, because we know you can't just road dog it to get a fan base.
No.
And that's why we're venturing and doing things like this, and we talked about writing some other thing. You got to just try other shit.
Yep.
Because it's
not going to...
A few people get that. If you have to, you know what I mean? Like Sebastian was a guy that road dogged it and built a fan base.
And he killed... And like,
but you're also talking about one of the greatest living comedians.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's like, are
is.
you that? Are you that? Just no one's giving you. Maybe not. Maybe, but I doubt it.
So I was with my daughter. My daughter last night.
Not saying you're not great.
My
Dan,
daughter
but
asked about Sebastian last night. She's like, how did that happen? I'm like, he didn't make that plan. He was just doing his thing, doing what he thought was funny, and the people that liked it told other people and other people, and they start to fill clubs, and then he would put an hour on television, and they loved that hour, and they came to see his new hour, and he built that, and he just followed the lead of his audience. He was like, oh shit, this is working, and he became the guy he is because he was likable, funny, and he was always creating.
And he fostered a fan base. You have to. It takes work.
It takes a lot of time.
And you got to connect with them.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You got to stay giving them things, and there's no, and someone that you could take the same exact steps Sebastian would, and you won't mean nothing.
There's no path.
There's no path. You just got to do it.
It happened for him.
Don't worry about the money. Worry about the money to a degree. Like, don't go in the hole. But if you have to get into a new club,
might have to.
Sometime,
That's part of the thing.
like I told you, I went out to
financially.
Laugh Fest, cost me money, airfare, room, but I got to perform for Funny Business, and they've booked me a few times,
Right.
which led to other bookings because I met. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes you invest, you gotta look.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about like that weekend's.
I mean,
You're not gonna get rich on the
I've
road.
told this.
Even as a headline, even as a low-level headliner.
Yeah, I told the story, I think, on the podcast or a few past podcasts years ago. Like, when I met Sebastian, we met him up in, what is it?
Foxwoods, yeah.
He said to us, like, when I was on, when you were on stage, he said to me, man, you guys are really nice. If I'm ever in the area, hit me up. When I was
Yeah.
on stage, he said the same thing to you.
Yeah.
If I'm in the area, hit me up. So I went and I hit him up.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. I hit him up. And I said, you're gonna be in Stress Factory next weekend or in 3 months from now. You think I can open for you? Now I hadn't played Stress Factory. I only did that one time that we did the DBA.
Yeah.
Doc, that's the only time I ever worked there, right? When we did that video.
Right.
Never worked there. But I'm like, I just want to get into a Jersey club. I just
Yeah.
want to get past the club. I'm hoping maybe they'll use me once or twice a year.
Right.
That was the whole goal.
Yeah.
With Sebastian getting me into that's how small I was looking at it.
Right.
Not, I want to get with that because no, I just want to get into a club and maybe they'll use me twice a year. That was my goal.
Right.
I killed it the weekend I was there. Vinny told Tom from Omnipop, who reached out to me 2 weeks later, said, hey, I heard really good things about you. I'm Tom. I didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
I book Stretch Factory. I want to use you on some fundraisers.
Yeah.
Okay, great. He used me on some fundraisers. He goes, I get nothing but good stuff back from him. Keep getting good reports. Took him about a year. He got me into a couple of clubs. And about a year and a half later, he started managing me. 8 months after that, I got Last Comic Standing.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. And you know what I mean? So when I asked Sebastian, can you get me into Stretch Factory? That was just one thing. I wanted to get to one club. And that chain of events led me to. If I would have said, you know what, I know what I'm going to do. Here's the thing. I'm going to get into Stretch Factory. Tom's going to like this. No, I can't see that happening.
You just keep doing things.
You just keep doing things.
You just keep doing things. You just put stuff out.
Yep.
And people see, man. You start putting good work out there, and
Right.
people see, and it snowballs.
Absolutely.
That's the best advice. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Don't worry about the money so much, unless you're, I don't know.
But even if you're broke, I was broke. You worry about the money, and you got to figure it out. Then
Got to figure it out.
the industry's not going to just pay you because you're good at comedy. It
Yeah.
just doesn't work like that, man. It just doesn't.
You got to draw asses to seats.
Yeah, and
Bottom
that's it.
line.
Bottom
If,
line.
if people aren't there to see you, they got a million of you.
A million. You could work and develop some good relationships with some like bookers and owners, and I have that they want to bring me in for the weekend.
Right. That's what you got to do. Build relationships.
Build relationships, and then they maybe have a built-in crowd that they're going to sell out regardless if I'm there or not.
Right.
And they bring me in, and I entertain those weekends.
Right.
When they don't desperately need to fill the seats.
Exactly.
And then they go to the big names to fill the seats, and I don't make that guy's money.
No.
I make the week we're going to fill this anyhow.
Yeah.
Here's
I'm going to
some-
double your feature money. You come
Yeah, roughly. Double, triple.
triple your feature
Triple your
money,
feature
and
money.
you come in.
Yeah,
Whatever. We do it because we love it, man.
exactly.
And that's that.
That's that.
And that's that. All right, Dan. So shut up. No, I'm kidding. Is that enough for you? Eh? All right. It was a good cast.
Good cast.
Good cast. Thanks to people that are watching live. We appreciate your hearts, ha-has, wows, and thumbs ups.
We do.
Keep doing that.
Very needy.
If you're just seeing us in the feed and you haven't liked our All in Our Heads page yet, go like it.
Please.
And then you'll get a thing when we go live.
Yeah, thing.
A notification.
There you go.
This week I will be today's Thursday. If you're watching live, or I'll have the podcast up soon. I'll be at John and Peters in New Hope, PA. It's a very loose time show. It'll start sometime between 9:30 and 10:15. You just gotta pull people in. But
Right.
if you can stay out late Thursday night and you live not far from New Hope, PA, it's a fun show because all the comics are just kind of fucking around.
Right.
It's a free show. They do like tip jar type thing, but
Right,
people
right.
always wind up leaving like a lot of tips. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you come, leave a good tip. But just a fun time. And that's all I got this weekend. I'll be
That's it.
that's it.
Saturday, what was it?
Oh no, I'll be acting in.
Friday and Saturday.
No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be acting in that short film I got cast.
Oh,
in.
nice.
So keep you posted on how that goes.
Nice. I'm going to be Thursday. I'm at Paisanos. Thursday night. I'm not sure if they sell out. They're sold out. They do every week, every time.
It's 5-year anniversary.
It's a 5-year anniversary. So I was there 5 years ago, and I pretty much been doing.
I was on that show with you 5 years ago.
You and
who was the host? Was it
another person? Another comic. There.
Somebody you brought in from the city? I think. So,
Did I?
I thought
maybe no, not Vladimir. No.
I forget.
Could have been. What do you call it there? Joe Conti, maybe?
Was it Joe Conti?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, we had. I'll be there Thursday, and then Saturday night I am doing this. It's a comedy night in. It's right here. See right there? Just look right there. Okay.
It's a lot of text on that.
A lot of text. Just go to my Facebook page. It's there. I'm there. Comedy night, Saturday night. It's April 28th. I'll be there with Ken Krantz and Karen Krantz. It's like a bat mitzvah.
Krantz and Krantz. The Krantz and Krantz.
Krantz and Krantz show.
Krantz and Krantz show. Headlined by Mike Gaffney.
Yeah. So anyway, come to my website, MikeGaffneyLive.com. You'll see where I'm at.
All right, everybody. Go to JoeFernandez.net.com to see all my dates. Please subscribe to the audio feed of this podcast. Those are the numbers we need. And everyone, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. You've been listening to All in Our Heads.